Hi there everyone. So I am finally getting on to make the hearty minestrone this afternoon. I'm going to make it in the Instant Pot. I just realized I have to move you with my fridge for a minute because I forgot to take out my beans. So I actually rehydrated my beans earlier in the week in preparation because I thought I was going to make this sooner. And so because I've already cooked the beans, I'm not going to use as long of a time with the Instant Pot today. The hearty minestrone is a super easy soup because the instructions on the back are using canned lentils and frozen mixed vegetables. So I'm doing this a little differently. So I'm using kidney beans that I've already cooked. And I'm using fresh vegetables in my soup and some macaroni instead of little shells. But very, very easy, something you can throw together in the middle of the week. They also say if you want to add more protein, you can replace some of the beans with ground meat or just do both. So I'm going to get this started and show you how fast this can be. So I'm going to get, so it's a half cup of dried pasta. So I've got a half cup here of my macaroni, gluten-free macaroni. I'm going to combine that with 3 cups of water. So let's just fill this quickly. So 2 cups here. And grab one more. Okay, and now it gives you the choice to either just use water or use broth. So I just want to punch it up a little bit. So I'm using the chicken broth, which now is referred to as Nourish broth. So it should be about a teaspoon and a quarter per cup of water. So I'll do my teaspoons first. 1, 2, and 3, and this just gives it a little added nutrition. And then I'll do half and a quarter. Okay, so that's in there. And I love the smell of the broth. There's turmeric and some different seasonings in there. Now I'm going to, I think I'm just gonna, because I'm doing this all in the one pot, I'm gonna put everything in and then I'm gonna add my seasoning. So I've got a mix here of fresh carrots, green beans, and zucchini because everything is in season right now, so might as well use while we have it. But I'm still gonna use a little bit of frozen vegetables just to have the peas and the carrot and the corn in there. So there's a bit of a duplicate in my vegetables here, and I'm not really measuring it out too much. It only calls for about 1.5 cups, but you can obviously mix up what you're using for your vegetables. A can of diced tomatoes, so I always go with the low sodium to keep to a healthier version. And my beans, which as I explained are already cooked. Those in there. I cooked them a little bit too long because I had pre-soaked them, and I think I probably only needed about 15 minutes of cooking when I made them, but I went for the full half hour, so they're a little bit squished already, but not a big deal. It's just going to add to the texture of the soup. So this is actually pretty thick. I'm almost thinking of adding more water to it, but I might just wait and see how that turns out at the end. And then in the seasoning packet, it's red bell pepper, there's nutritional yeast, inactive nutritional yeast, green bell pepper, garlic, herbs, mushrooms, chives, and chilies. So there should be a little bit of spice in here, but I'm not thinking that it's a huge amount of spice. I also saw someone post that they used, I think it was the minestrone as a rub for a roast that they did in the oven. So you can always use these seasonings in different ways. So I'm mixing this up. And this really will not need a lot of cooking because almost everything is cooked in here. I'm really just cooking the vegetables and getting the flavors to come together. So this is how fast a minestrone can be, and it can be even faster if you're using canned vegetables. You can make this on the stove, but because I want those veggies to cook, I'm going to do it in my pot, my Instant Pot. So manual, and it really only needs a couple minutes to get the cooking. So it's a little more than that when you have the buildup of the pressure, but that's how simple it is. So I will take pictures and I will let you know how this turned out, but that was hearty minestrone. Have a good day.